The launch of NASA's Artemis I moon mission is just around the corner. In 1972, the late Gene Cernan, the last man to walk on the moon, got back into the lunar module and promised, "We shall return in peace and hope for all mankind." By 2030, humans will once again walk on the surface of the moon, this time fueled by a revolution in how we move beyond Earth. NASA is getting ready to send astronauts to explore more of the moon as part of the Artemis program, and the agency has selected SpaceX to continue development of the first commercial human lander that will safely carry the next 2 American astronauts to the lunar surface. At least one of those astronauts will make history as the first woman on the moon. Another goal of the Artemis program includes landing the first person of color on the lunar surface. The agency's powerful Space Launch System rocket will launch 4 astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft for their multi-day journey to lunar orbit. There, 2 crew members will transfer to the SpaceX Human Landing System for the final leg of their journey to the surface of the moon. After approximately a week exploring the surface, they will board the lander for their short trip back to orbit, where they will return to Orion and their colleagues before heading back to Earth. Soon, Artemis I will launch, kicking off a highly anticipated return to the moon. It will be the first step in NASA's next giant leap toward returning the next man and the first woman to the lunar surface by 2024. Artemis I is an upcoming, uncrewed mission to the moon and back. There will be no lunar landing, but this flight will lay the foundation on which future Artemis missions will build. According to NASA, the primary objective of this 42-day mission will be to carry out a safe crew capsule entry, descent, splashdown, and recovery. Traveling 280,000 miles from Earth, the Orion capsule will make history for venturing farther than any other human spacecraft has ever gone. The total trip distance will be approximately 1.3 million miles. Artemis I is just the first in a series of increasingly intricate missions that will push the bounds of human space exploration. The launch rocket is responsible for the all-important task of firing the capsule and crew into space. The Space Launch System is NASA's new rocket designed for human space travel beyond Earth orbit. Having to travel almost 1,000 times farther than those headed for the ISS, it's designed to reach speeds of 25,000 miles or 40,000 kilometers per hour. How many of these impressive plans will actually see fruition is difficult to tell at this point. Cost estimates are still being refined, and the overall price tag of Artemis remains unknown. The Apollo program's budget ended up being a total of $23.6 billion in 1973, according to NASA, the equivalent of more than $136 billion today. That means each Apollo moon landing cost around $22.6 billion. For Artemis, NASA's spending is projected to reach $93 billion by 2025, with each SLS or Orion launch costing $4.1 billion. Perhaps the most ambitious of the Artemis mission's objectives involves using the moon as a stepping stone for a mission to Mars. Robots have done all the detective work on Mars so far, but NASA now aims to send astronauts there by the 2030s. With a future target set on the red planet, the return to the moon will be used to provide us with the knowledge and tools to better navigate our solar system. But how can the moon help prepare us for a mission to Mars? An entirely different and more unpredictable mission. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.